Welcome to the channel, everyone. Now settle in, because today we're delving into something truly remarkable. A countdown of the most astonishing car safety tests ever devised. Oh yes, it might not sound terribly thrilling, but I assure you it's a real eye-opener. Now you might be thinking, car safety tests? Sounds a bit dull, doesn't it? But believe me, these tests reveal just how far automotive safety has come and the extraordinary lengths manufacturers go to ensure our safety. These aren't your average fender benders, you see. The first test on our list is a rather unsettling one, I must say. It's called the small overlap front test, and it simulates what happens when your car collides with a narrow object like a tree or, dare I say, a lamppost at a rather brisk pace. Now, this isn't your typical head-on collision. This one only impacts about 25% of the car's front end. You see, in a full frontal crash, the car's crumple zones and airbags have plenty of space to do their job and absorb the impact. However, in a small overlap crash, the impact forces are concentrated on a much smaller area, potentially bypassing some of those critical safety systems. Now, this is a rather demanding test for car manufacturers, as it requires them to engineer their vehicles to withstand highly concentrated forces. They have to consider everything from the design of the crumple zones and the placement of the airbags to the strength of the passenger compartment. It's a bit like designing a suit of armor for your car, ensuring that the vital bits, namely you, remain intact. Next up is the side impact test, and it's quite a jolt to the system, literally. Imagine, if you will, a large, rather solid object, perhaps a trolley laden with shopping, striking the side of your vehicle at a rather inconvenient speed. This test simulates a side-on collision, which, as you can imagine, poses a significant risk to passengers, particularly those seated on the side of the impact. Unlike a head-on collision where the engine compartment acts as a crumple zone, the sides of a car offer much less protection. Now, car manufacturers have become rather clever at tackling this challenge. They've incorporated side airbags, reinforced door beams, and even redesigned the structure of the car itself to create crumple zones in the doors and pillars. It's all about redirecting those impact forces away from the passengers and dissipating the energy as safely as possible. Rather like how a judo master redirects the force of an opponent's attack, wouldn't you say? Moving right along, we arrive at the roof strength test, which, as the name suggests, involves applying a considerable amount of pressure to the roof of a vehicle. Now, you might be wondering why on earth anyone would do such a thing. Well, imagine, if you will, a scenario where your vehicle ends up on its side, perhaps after an unfortunate encounter with a roundabout or a spot of black ice. In such a situation, the roof of your car becomes the primary line of defense against the unforgiving weight of the vehicle itself. It's all very well having a sturdy chassis, but if the roof crumples like a paper hat in a downpour, you're in a bit of a pickle. To ensure passenger safety in a rollover accident, this test involves a metal plate slowly pressing down on the roof with a force several times the car's weight. The goal? To ensure the passenger compartment remains intact and doesn't collapse, giving occupants the best chance of survival. It's a bit like ensuring your car has a good, strong backbone, wouldn't you say? Now, we come to the rear impact test, which, as you might have surmised, focuses on what happens when your vehicle experiences an unexpected meeting with the rear end of another, shall we say, less observant driver. This test is particularly crucial for understanding the forces at play during a rear-end collision, which, as we all know, can range from a gentle nudge to a rather more forceful shunt. The primary concern here is whiplash, that rather unpleasant jerking of the head and neck that can result from a sudden change in velocity. To mitigate these forces, car manufacturers have developed a rather ingenious array of safety features. Headrests, for instance, are designed to limit the rearward movement of the head, preventing that whiplash effect. Additionally, crumple zones in the rear of the car help absorb the impact energy, much like a boxer rolling with a punch. It's all about minimizing the forces transmitted to the occupants, you see. And now, for the grand finale, the test that often steals the show, the frontal crash test. This is the one we've all seen countless times, the one that sends shivers down our spines and makes us grateful for seatbelts. It's a full frontal assault, a head-on collision with an immovable barrier at a speed that makes you wince just thinking about it. The purpose, of course, is to simulate the most severe type of collision, the one where the car's full momentum is brought to an abrupt and rather ungraceful halt. This is where those crumple zones, airbags and seatbelts really earn their keep. The crumple zones, designed to deform in a controlled manner, absorb a significant portion of the impact energy, like a sacrificial lamb for your safety. The airbags deploy in a fraction of a second, providing a cushion for the occupants, much like a giant marshmallow. And the seatbelts, those unsung heroes of automotive safety, keep you from being flung about the cabin like a rag doll. Well, there you have it, a rather sobering but hopefully enlightening look at the world of car safety tests. Who knew that so much thought, engineering, and yes, even artistry went into keeping us safe behind the wheel? Remember, these tests are a testament to human ingenuity, a constant quest to improve safety and protect lives on the road. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more eye-opening content. Stay safe out there.